city of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Miami Dolphins. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, here's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Brandon Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
Now Burrow loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Burrow from his own end zone. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready, and they picked that one off.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about, trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, ends up going for negative play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now it's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Mixon with a first down carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. On second and a long way to go. Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Sam Hubbard in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And this is caught off a deflection. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach? Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll let this go deep for Sutton, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On play action, here's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Mixon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Play action. Now it's Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua, this will be caught. It's Waddle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Dolphins. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 5. Play action. It's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Burrow will throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Cheetah Bay with the pick. And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Burrow looking to pass. Complete to his tight end Sample. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Now it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike
11, Thomas.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Touchdown! T. Higgins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there, and it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
And he will be taken down at a big pickup there. That's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Open man is Chase complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. Joe Mixon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Second and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case. You know, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The two are going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Now Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never...
And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 26. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. Throwing, Burrow. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. And hold the phone now, this game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back, and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Miami, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.